anything until things are resolved. And I know the judge basically ruled the other day that because BBBY has filed for bankruptcy, they are going to put that aspect in terms of the defendant on the side, but still proceed with the RC side and any.
Yeah,
but
no, what was it called? A stay. I think it's some legal word, a stay. So then there's just like pulled out temporarily while we're in chapter 11 or something. That's what I understood.
Yeah.
They seem to be moving very quickly too. You know, the judge also reiterated that things need to be moving fast. You know, things will be moving fast, I believe is what he said. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, you know, to see some form of conclusion happen. And in terms of dates, what do you guys have the dates on hand for when they will plan to start bidding and all of this stuff?
I have the date somewhere. I know May 28th is the final day in terms of review of the highest bidder. And then we get into the first week of June where they have a consult on that bidder, and then they release the name, I think, the first week of June.
Can I ask, did you hear anything about a carve out? I've seen that a couple of times. I've just read it in one of the dockets yesterday, and that wasn't a carve out, that kind of carve out. It was a financial carve out.
So I don't know who mentioned it. Maybe you know who it said at ABC, but one of the people mentioned a carve out during the court case towards the end of the video. I can't remember which side it was from, but did you happen to catch that, ABC?
No, I didn't see who, but I do know that the word carve out was mentioned like over 70 times in that document.
Yeah.
And so my understanding is not only do they have a bidding process, but they are willing to sell certain assets. So again, it's really who comes knocking first. And if they get a respectable bid for the intellectual property or baby or anything that holds value to them in terms of paying off their creditors and so on, whether it be a carve out, for example, is another possibility. So somebody could literally show up before the bidding process, offer a decent dollar for a carve out of baby, and so long as to the judge's approval and the creditors and BBBY are happy, that will happen.
Also, we got some breaking news here, man. Looks like I've been hearing reports that Kaz is no longer, I guess he privated his Twitter and he has removed Bed Bath & Beyond videos, man. Wow. I don't know how true that is.
The one I called Kais.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He
I think Caston every time people say Cass.
Oh yeah, my bad, man.
No problem. Roach does it all the time. That's where it comes from. So.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to correct myself. Somebody just brought it to the attention. Yes, the word carve out was referring to the loan as well. I kind of went off side street on this, but the carve out aspect was generally in reference to the loan facility and everything like that. But I am saying on the side that if somebody showed up and said, I like to carve out baby and here's my check, they would definitely, if it met all needs, go for it.
I imagine, I'm not an expert at this, but I imagine if there's any asset that has been sold individually, then I imagine it would basically be a carve out, right? So
yeah,
kind of makes sense. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, we still got another 2 weeks of this before I really think we're going to get a clear picture. In my mind, guys, I think we're going to see something unbelievably fast. I don't think we're actually going to get to the bidding process. That's just the way I'm thinking or hoping, whatever you want to call it.
But bidding can only be, they have to top a bid. Like it can only be better, right?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. I mean, if somebody shows up, in the next couple of days and they say, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to buy out your company for $3 billion. Obviously we know that the total liability debt, the initial debt is 1.8. Long as there's the ability to pay off every creditor and assume all the debt, so to speak, not the long-term debt, because the long-term debt can be renegotiated by the new buyer. That's the benefit of the 363 rule, is that one, you're going to be able to renegotiate. Two, you're going to be able to really kind of terminate some leases without penalty. So there's a lot of attributes in the 363 that are going to actually protect the buyer, and really kind of give them that freedom to reorchestrate things their way.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping for somebody to show up before the bidding process. Now, whether they have to go through the bidding process, I don't know about the legality of that.
No, there's some interesting. Okay, sorry, people, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, William is saying JPM is the biggest swinging dick in the room and will rule the day.
80 million. They're not gonna.
Yeah,
they said it themselves. Like, there's no fucking way ever that we're not gonna be covered, no matter what happens here. We got 80 million outstanding on the borrowings, and then we got 100 million and a smidge on letters of credit. So that 180 million, that's nothing. That's not gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
And then it's a FILO, right? That's
the FILO is a little bit scary because it's obviously a lot more money.